as you know, my absolute love of the rich Hollywood elite actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
You often
and
speak
their
fondly of them.
Yeah, their incessant stupidity and DEI wokeness. And then I've complained lots of times about Marvel and about Disney and how Disney has absolutely ruined Marvel and ruined Star Wars. Took two of the most beloved franchises in cinema and absolutely ruined them.
Yes.
Ruined them.
Yeah.
With their agenda, their woke DEI trash, they have churned out every possibility of a bad Star Wars side story you could possibly fathom.
And then ruined all the Marvels.
And then ruined all the Marvels. The Marvels have gone to shit.
And Marvel's great. I mean, all those are amazing. How could you?
Well, the problem is they had no direction after the Avengers ended.
Mm-hmm.
They had no direction. And you have idiots like Kathleen Kennedy up there who's managing Star Wars, who's making the worst decisions in the world, you know, because at one point they're going to reshoot the original Star Wars and Luke Skywalker is going to be Luke Skywalker, a female. Oh, that's exactly what they're going to do because they are so hell-bent on ruining these iconic franchises. It is mind-boggling to me what they're doing, which brings us to the next topic of James Bond. Now, many of you may or may not know that they are floating the idea of changing the character James Bond 007. They are looking at either possibly making him into a her, which is a huge mistake, or making him gay, which I think would be a bigger mistake. So we have this thing here. In a recent interview with the UK outlet, The Times, Adderton, she was a Bond girl, I think in 2008. She portrayed, let's see, the British actress Jamie Anderton doesn't agree with the idea of gender-swapped James Bond, thinking moviegoers would find it outrageous. I agree with that 100%. It would absolutely kill the Bond franchise.
Nobody's going to, I mean, who wants to watch that?
Yeah. I don't want to watch, Janet Bond. That's what would have to be. It can't be James Bond anymore.
No, and if you're going to do that, then just name it something different. 008. Do something different.
Do a whole character inside of that realm.
Right. Because they have female agents in their...
in the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Because haven't some of his, love interests been agents or no?
Well, some of them are badass.
Yeah, but have some of them not been agents also?
I got to tell you, there's so many James Bond movies, I couldn't tell you. I've seen a lot of them, but after watching 30, they all kind of start to do this. They'll kind of do this. But she replied, she said, isn't a female James Bond like Mary Poppins being played by a man? Yes, it is. They talk about it, but I think people would find it too outrageous and simply too damn stupid. This is her. She was in Quantum of Solace. Jenna Adderton ripped the idea of female James Bond in a recent interview because that's the stupidest damn thing I've ever heard. She played Strawberry Fields.
I don't think she said those words.
No, she didn't say that. I said that. I said that. She played Strawberry Fields in a 2008 Bond film, Quantum Solace. And this to me sums up the whole thing. With every movie that they're ruining and every franchise they're ruining, sometimes you just have to respect tradition.
Well, like you said, it was. I mean, it's written for a particular type of person. It's written for a strong male British secret agent.
That is correct. That's exactly who it's written for. You cannot put you can't put a woman into the character of James Bond. They've tried this with too many other things and it has failed every single time.
Yeah.
And
why do they keep dumping money into it?
Because they're idiots. And prime example, Disney with Marvel. I did the video about can Ryan Reynolds save Avengers? Mm-hmm. And boy, the liberals love that one. Absolutely love that one.
Oh man, but
Disney.
The new Deadpool movie.
Oh, it was great.
That was wonderful.
It was great.
Heck yeah.
But what had happened is Disney took 40% of the profits from Deadpool and dumped them into their woke DEI projects, which in turn pissed off Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan Reynolds was like, you know what? I just may not do another one because I thought they were going to take that movie and let me develop everything further. Yeah. And then come up the whole thing, is Ryan Reynolds going to buy Marvel? Now, could he buy it by himself? Absolutely not. That's hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But, being that he has a name, he could get investors.
Yeah.
To jump on board with it.
Well, and he can get the attention that it needs.
Yes, he could get the attention that it needs to buy Marvel and save Marvel because Marvel needs saving. But the other part of that is somehow
Disney needs saving.
well, Disney they're beyond idiots right now because they have Kathleen Kennedy who's heading up the Star Wars franchise, which is absolutely thrashed and trashed the entirety of Star Wars. Star Wars is over. It'll never be great again. Kathleen Kennedy has absolutely seen to that by taking these women, putting them in roles that they should not be, throwing them all over Disney.
Well, it's not just women. I mean, she's trying to.
No, but it is just women because they've removed the male part from the movies altogether,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about the strong female lead. Okay, great. Now you've got 72 shows on Disney about strong female leads, and all 72 suck. What does that tell you?
Well, yeah.
The Acolyte, what a turd of a show.
And like She-Hulk, there was no
Terrible.
need in making. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, well, exactly. There was no need to make that, and then to make it with like third grade CGI.
Yeah,
The
well, and
CGI
it
was
would-
absolutely pathetically bad on that.
It would be like making Wonder Woman a fella.
Well, yeah, Wonder Man.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man, I'm Wonder Man. I'm Wonder Man, and I'm here to save your life. I'm Wonder Man. So the Bond producer, Barbara Broccoli. Is that not what that is?
It looks like
Broccoli?
it looks like broccoli.
Yeah. Broccoli.
I guess she spells it that broccoli.
I guess so. Has expressed openness to James Bond being played by an actor of a different race.
Well,
Idris Elba Elbow,
oh,
a British actor of African descent. No shit. Just say a black man. It's not going to offend anybody. Jesus, of African descent, a black man.
and I think he would be great in the role.
Was a longtime favorite to step into legendary role, although he recently declined it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I could see him doing it. I think
Yeah.
he would be great for doing. I think he would make a very good James Bond.
yeah.
So you could race swap him. Even though I am a traditionalist, if I think the part is written for a black man, it should go to a black man. If it's written for a white man, it should go to a white man. Prime example, the new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that turd that's getting ready to drop, and it's going to lose tens of millions of hundreds of millions of, it's going to lose $4 trillion.
Oh my Lord.
$4 trillion. Why didn't they put midgets in the role of the dwarfs?
I don't know. They didn't do it for a lot
They're
of
idiots.
things.
Yeah, no, because they're idiots. There's a whole slew of dwarf actors that would have jumped on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because they don't like that word anymore.
I don't care what they like.
Oh,
What are you supposed to call them now? Shorties?
No.
Half sticks?
stop. Just stop.
Little people?
I think that is what they prefer to be. Is
Really?
it little people?
I'd rather be called a midget than a little people. Because, I mean, that's, when you press the, easy there, little man. That's offensive to a lot of guys.
Oh, I think that's the tone that's offensive.
Well, that's true, too.
Doesn't matter.
So, anyway, the short guys, the little people.
I think
The
that
dwarfs.
the James Bond character was supposed to be just a strong British Secret Service type agent.
It is. It absolutely is. And I think he could portray that part fantastically because he's a great actor. I've loved him in the movies that I've
Absolutely.
seen him, and he does a really good job.
Yeah.
I
hate he said no.
And then it comes down, when asked about the prospect on the Girls on Film podcast 2021, Broccoli replied, who knows? I mean, I think it's open. We just have to find the right actor. So I'm telling you, this person had to have come from Disney, because it gets better. Hang with me.
Uh-oh.
Others have even floated the idea of Bond being gay. During a press conference at the 2024 Venice Film Festival, a journalist asked Craig, do you think there could be a gay James Bond? And of course, Craig just simply rolled his eyes and walked away because that is a pathetically stupid question. Because now it is no longer James Bond.
Well, I mean, you're no longer a strong. The part of the character is that he has all these beautiful women.
The Bond girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not want to see a movie with James Bond and the Bond boys. I have no desire to ever see that.
Double. Oh.
Yeah. 007. Yeah, that was a good one, baby. That was a good one. I have no desire to see that because it is no longer James Bond.
No, it's not.
You go see
that's
James.
a parody of James Bond, and that's
exactly.
fine.
Exactly. That's
You wanna do
exactly
that?
what
That's
it is.
fine.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Now, if you want a female James Bond, then you make a different, kind of like what were we just talking about?
Oceans.
Hang on, let me mute this so he will stop texting me in the next 18 years. No, we're talking about John Wick,
Oh yeah, yeah.
ballerina.
Yes.
Yes. They made it's in the world of John Wick, but it's a whole different movie than John Wick.
Okay.
They're introducing a whole different character, Ballerina, which looks like it's going to be super badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just as a minute ago.
Yeah. Seen the trailer.
And it looks incredible.
Yeah. The trailer is going to be absolutely badass.
That is going to be a go to the movies, popcorn, soft drink, probably smuggling candy.
Box of Milk Duds. Box of Milk Duds. So it's going to be,
Raisinets.
and I think that's going to be a good movie. I want to go see Ballerina.
That's a good one.
And
yeah.
I think they did it before John Wick. I mean, they obviously did it before John Wick got killed in part 3. This chick, this whole storyline comes about. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. And putting a female, I don't know if in that role, if she's the protagonist or the antagonist. I have no idea. But putting a female in that role, totally cool with.
Absolutely. Well, they're changing it up.
Yes,
They're not
it's not
calling
John
her John Wick.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because then she would be Janet Wick. And Janet Wick is not scared of anybody.
No.
Who are you going to call? Janet Wick. Hello.
Better than Karen Wick.
Oh, no, because then she just come and bitch you to death. Yeah, who you talking about? She'd be pulling her wig off and shit and kicking her shoes at you. Karen Wick would be terrible, man. She would be by far the worst, Karen Wick.
But that's a good idea for a movie. It'd be hilarious.
That is a good idea. That is a good idea for a movie. But making a gay James Bond, I think, is completely out of the question. I think it's absolutely stupid. And there again, it breaks tradition. And I think that's a big part of the things for tradition.
Well, it's not even it's the purpose of the character. That's the purpose of the character is to be a strong male British, secret agent that all the women just love.
To use correct terminology today, cis male.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. He's straight.
Cis male.
Yeah, they call it cis. I'm a cis male, which means I'm not gay. I don't know.
Is that straight and male smooshed together?
I don't. Well,
are you a smale?
It's CIS.
Are you a smale?
No, I'm cis male.
You're smale.
You know the little gray guy from Lord of the Rings, cis male. I'm cis male.
I'm just my precious. I'm gonna call you Smell.
Yeah, Smell. Just call me Smell. Yeah, I probably.
Is
smell.
that Schmeagle?
Schmeagle, yeah.
Okay.
Cis Smell. Schmeagle.
Schmeagle.
Yeah, Schmeagle. But I think it comes down to tradition, and I think that, and I do understand, them trading out races for this, that, and the other. I don't know if I always agree with it. And it's not because, well, he's a black man taking a white part. That ain't got shit to do with it, because I don't think you should put a white man in a black man's part.
Well, it depends on the type of role. I mean, this is just a strong male, secret. So
you
who
could
cares?
not make New Jack City with a white cast. It would never freaking work.
No, but there are certain ones that it's totally fine with, and there are other ones that it wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense for a white guy to go in and play certain roles.
Well, and I think you got to stay with the tradition. And like I said, on New Jack City, you could not find a white guy to play the role that Wesley Snipes played. It would be literally impossible to replace Wesley Snipes in that role.
Well, I agree, but that was Wesley Snipes' heyday. I mean, that that was his character in all of them.
Well, that's true. Well, I don't know, because dude, I loved him in Blade. Blade was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I thought the Blade movies, which were Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel movies before Marvel went woke.
And White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, that shit was funny. Dude, that shit was funny, man. That was that. But there again, you couldn't put a white guy in his role in White Man Can't Jump, and you couldn't put a black guy in Woody Harrelson's role. The part it's written for needs to stay the part.
It wouldn't have worked.
No, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
And the part, and I think the part it's written for, it needs to stay the part. Now, could Idris Elba play James Bond?
Absolutely.
I think he's probably the only black man that could pull that off.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh,
but I definitely think he would have been a really good one. Now there's another guy that I think, because he might be British. Let me see.
And here we go. The wife was unprepared for the podcast. She didn't know I was doing this. I just called her in out of the blue and said, hey, come up here. We're talking about this. I want you to go in blind. So I want your opinion. And then when I hit her with James Bond becoming a female, so you can call me. You can get on my chat like the liberals like to do and say, I'm misogynist. You can say all that shit you want. I really don't care.
This wasn't planned. This was just,
And you got it straight out of the woman's mouth. Straight out of a woman's mouth who had no idea what we were going to talk about before we walked in here.
So, and I'm sure a lot, and yes, men and women, but mostly women watch Bridgerton. But Renee Jean Page, I can see him playing that. I can see him playing that.
Never heard of it, never seen it, never will.
Oh, that's what you say now.
That's my woke Beetlejuice voice.
This guy.
Oh, no.
No, he could.
Idris Elba would be much better. Would be much better in the part. Because he's a great actor.
I'm not
and
saying
he plays
wouldn't. I'm saying that's great. He said
manly
no to
characters.
it. He said no to it. I think Idris Elba would be great in it.
Well, here's all it comes down to.
Yes.
Is if they want to ruin James Bond, they can do a couple of things. All right? They can make James Bond gay, over.
Yeah.
Lose millions of dollars.
That changes the whole concept of the character.
You can make him a woman, over. Loses hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Or you can let Disney take it over, and then it's just over by itself.
Well,
Disney will kill that shit in a heartbeat.
Well, the current.
Because then it would be a gay woman James Bond if Disney took it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, well, oops.
Ain't got time.
So
Ain't got
sorry.
no time.
So sorry.
Yeah. Then it would be
my
a
mom.
gay. It would be a gay woman if they gave it to Disney, and Disney would kill it like they kill everything else off.
Well, I mean, I know obviously what Disney's trying to do, but my
Lose
good
money.
Lord. Well, I mean, no, it's like they're going overboard. It's like saying, "Can I have a sip of water?" No, here's a fire hose.
Well, exactly. And hopefully since Trump won, because a lot of the companies, before we wrap this up, a lot of the companies have instantly started pulling back on their DEI initiatives.
Because they were
immediately
being forced.
They were being forced by the Biden administration to push their DEI policies. And as soon as Trump won, what happened? Target, Walmart, hell, even Bud Light, everybody started instantly pulling back. Hell, even Harvard is coming out and saying, you know what? For the last 4 years, we've been wrong. Maybe we need to rethink everything here now.
Well, it's not saying you can't accept any of this, you can't do any of this, but you don't. I mean, my goodness.
You can't ram it down people's throats. You can't do it. If I love spinach, but you sit there and make me eat spinach against my will, all of a sudden, I hate spinach.
Well, it's just
that's how it works.
Yeah. Again, it's it was meant to be, a strong male super agent.
Talking to Mike.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Can't hear you when you're over here talking. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be a British secret agent, strong man with all these beautiful women, being part of his character.
Which is how it needs to
remain.
Yes.
Yes.
How it needs to remain.
Yes.
So
not mine.
No, that one's mine. You just can't get you can't get a moment of silence anymore.
Sure you can.
You simply cannot get a moment of silence.
It's people that love you and just want to say hello.
They can say hello after my podcast.
Oh.
After the podcast.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I wanted to bring somebody in that had no idea what I was talking about.
Nope.
That was going to, give us, and I don't want to hear, well, she's your wife, dude. That has nothing to do with it. She's a woman, I'm a man.
He has never told me, hey, I don't appreciate he's always said,
say what you got to say.
This is your point of view, not mine. That's your thing, not mine. We don't do that to each other.
No, say what you got to say, because I am literally the most opinionated person in the world. Hence the name, Angry Guy Hates Everything. And so, just whatever her opinion is her opinion. I'm not going to lambaste her for it. I don't care. I love her just the same, because, we're not going to see eye to eye on everything.
No.
Except for I'm the, sexiest guy in the world.
Ka-ching!
see, we obviously disagree on that right out of the gate. But anyway, I just wanted to get that one off my chest, because I was reading a story and I was like, you got to be kidding me. After all the bullshit that's gone on.
Yeah.
And how America has rejected the entire DEI initiative, here we come with this. Turning James Bond into a woman, which I think is a massive, massive mistake.